This is day one of an absolute bender that we're having, starting Friday night and going all through the weekend. Today's Friday night, March 13th, 2026. And by bender, I don't exactly mean going out and partying and sedating ourselves in any way. Well, I mean, depends on which way you look at it, but it is 1:48 a.m. right now. We're wrapping up the workday. We were up and at 'em at 6:30 this morning, literally worked the entire day. I think it was a really elegant 3-block day. You have your deep work in the morning that's uninterrupted, nobody can contact you. Then you got your call block that starts, and then after the call block, you've just got the day-to-day to-dos and tasks. Sometimes you end up booking out calls for longer than you want to, so you get off your calls at 6, and subsequently, you end up still having 25-ish tasks that need to get done. So you find yourself at 1:48 a.m. making a video, starting off the bender of the weekend. Right, I really didn't want to make this video. I was like just about getting ready for bed, and I was like, wait a second, I didn't do the YouTube video. So we're doing it regardless because it's part of the bender. But today was really good. We had script assignments in the morning, so making sure that we had everything laid out for the next couple days for myself and for our other script writers on the team. Because we got to get a week ahead on scripts because we're going to be traveling Wednesday to go meet a client in New Jersey and then go to Connecticut afterwards for our EOS team offsite. So I'm ridiculously stoked for this. You have no idea. Just hard to express at the moment. So I did the script assignments, and then on the acquisition call that I had with for VAM, basically VAM is the program where we paid like $35K per quarter, and they tell you what to do next inside of the business. That's my 80-20 explanation of it. There's obviously a lot more that goes into it, but we had our diagnostic call where they like looked through all the files that I sent in and asked any questions they had for me. And the biggest thing was like around numbers, and they wanted like gross margin, lifetime gross profit per offer that we had. So I had submitted them like just in aggregate for the company since the beginning, but they're like, hey, we want them for the flyout offer, we want them for the virtual offer, and they want them for like the miscellaneous stuff that we had sold in the past. So it was a really good exercise to find out those numbers. So I sent those in. That took way longer than I expected. I did most of it this morning, and then I just wrapped it up like 20 minutes ago. So sent that in, a nice Loom video over to the team at 1 a.m. So that was my deep work for the morning. And then afterwards, I had a call with Alex Beach, the 227 marathoner, who's also experienced a similar issue in the IT band that I have. And he was saying he's got 30-mile weeks in the past that he would get these overuse injuries like I have right now, and then now consistently runs 120-mile a week. So we're going to be putting together like a bit of a rehab plan to get back into the game of running. He wants to get back into it like way sooner than I was expecting, so I like the energy. I told him I'll just follow whatever he says. Expert in the field. Oh, sorry, late one. Then at 1, I had a tax strategy call, figuring out how to get the entities moved over to Arizona as opposed to New York. Right now, the business is based technically in New York, and I'm still a New York resident, so getting that changed will be very valuable. We had discussion about that, and then just like retirement planning and setting up 401ks and stuff like within the company. So it's an interesting world to learn. It's like you get into business thinking you're just gonna go, oh yeah, sell shit and you profit more because it's your stuff and there's higher margins. Like, bro, there's so much extra that goes into it, and it's not the dream that you get sold. It is a dream for sure. Like, I wake up and live the dream every single day, but like, it's eye-watering levels. It's 1:51 a.m. on a Friday night, like, and I'm gonna get up and do it again tomorrow. It's not glamorous whatsoever. I just sit and work all day. So I got my 5 reach outs in, no workout today. Oh, after that call, I had a call with JP, a good friend of mine. He runs a company that sources executive assistants out of Guatemala, and I paid him for his highest level of EA that we can get. So we'll be onboarding an EA over the next month. They're basically going to be finding the talent and putting together test projects based on all the stuff that I'm looking to delegate. Because I think with an EA, I'd be able to sleep at like 10 tonight instead of 2. Which is worth the money that we pay on a monthly basis. So yeah, they have a really cool process, really inspiring company. And yeah, they're going out and finding me a couple candidates to interview in April. So that was that. And then I had, after that was 3 calls where I was the client, running, tax, EA, and then 3 calls where I was the service provider, onboarding call, sales call. So overall good day, and there's a big list of tasks to hit. In terms of lessons and notes today, on nights like this, I try and adopt the 40% mindset from David Goggins, where he basically says once you feel like you've hit exhaustion, you've actually just tapped 40% of your brain. And I think a lot of it is just what we tell ourselves, right? So if we tell ourselves, I'm so fucked if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, then naturally you're gonna sleep in the next day. Naturally you're gonna feel off if you don't get the 8 hours of sleep. But if what we're telling ourselves, and don't get me wrong, over a long enough time horizon, I don't think it's healthy to sleep 3 hours a night, every single night at all. Like I definitely like to get sleep, don't get me wrong. I talk about sleep more than I would like to on these videos, mainly because it's right before I go to bed. But there are certain days where like the 40% mindset will work, where it's like, no, dude, like you haven't reached any of your capacity yet. Like when you've reached pure exhaustion, only then have you now reached 40%. And that reframe is like, okay, yep, I do have more in the tank. My brain's just trying to protect me right now. And if I'm pushing for a short sprint, I can go for it. So 40% mindset. And number 2 is document and build in public. I used to stress about like what Instagram stories I would put out, because I put out 3 every single day. And it'd be like, oh, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? And it's always the most raw and authentic ones that work the best. And not necessarily like work the best, but just like build more of a connection. Where I was just out for a walk, had it popped the thought into my head, was talking about what I was going to do for the weekend. I asked people if they were the type of person that like would drink a coffee at 7 p.m. if they have a bunch of tasks at hand. And I didn't end up doing it, but I was curious to see what people said. It was pretty even split down the middle. And then I was talking about the fucking coffee afterwards. I was like, no, I didn't drink the coffee, and we were having a debate on Instagram. It was fun. I enjoyed it. That being said, that's really what I got for today. I feel like I've sworn a little bit extra on this on this video. I apologize. I feel like they come out more or less I'm thinking, which is probably not a good thing. Because there were a few, like, I don't promise swearing. I promise on this video I did it a couple times unnecessarily. So I'll dial back on that, but forgive me. It is 1:55, and I am going to go immediately to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow.